Chosen one, God made a decision about you. 3 minutes ago. Pass this final test now. Do not scroll past this moment, because something deeply personal and powerful is unfolding for you right now. Something that was set in motion just minutes ago, in a place far beyond what your eyes can see. And if you stay, if you listen with your heart open, you will feel it reaching you, like a gentle hand placed softly on your soul, guiding you towards something that could change everything you have been silently carrying inside. There is a reason your heart feels stirred at this very second, a reason your thoughts paused and brought you here, and it is not random or empty. It is intentional, it is filled with love, and it is calling you closer. Type 2222 if you believe. God has just made a decision about you, and it was not rushed or careless, but filled with deep understanding of every tear you have hidden, every silent battle you have fought when no one else noticed, and every moment you felt like giving up, but still found a small strength to keep going. That decision carries weight, not of pressure, but of purpose, and it is wrapped in a quiet kind of urgency that gently whispers to your spirit that something important is being placed in your hands right now. There is a final test before you, not something to scare you, but something meant to reveal the strength that has been quietly growing inside you all this time, even when you thought nothing was changing. This test is not loud or obvious. It is hidden in your thoughts, in your reactions, in the way you choose peace over fear, in the way you hold on to hope when everything around you feels uncertain. Take a moment, and if your heart feels even a little warmth right now, gently show your support by liking this video, because that small act connects you with this moment and allows this light to reach even further. You are not alone in this moment, even if it feels quiet around you, because God is closer than your next breath, watching over you with a tenderness that never fades. He sees the way you carry your worries quietly, the way you try to stay strong for others even when your own heart feels heavy, and he understands it all without needing you to explain a single word. This final test is about trust, not perfection, and it is about choosing to believe that even when you cannot see the full path ahead, there is still something good waiting for you, something that has been carefully prepared with love and patience. It is about holding on to faith in small ways, even when your mind tries to pull you toward doubt, even when the world around you feels loud and overwhelming. There is a gentle strength inside you that has not been fully seen yet, a quiet resilience that has been growing through every hardship you faced, and now it is being called forward. You are being asked to stand in that strength, not loudly or proudly, but softly, with a calm heart that trusts God's timing, even when it does not make immediate sense. Sometimes this test feels like waiting when you want answers, or forgiving when you feel hurt, or choosing peace when anger tries to take over. And in those moments, it may feel small, but in God's eyes, it is everything. Every choice you make with love instead of fear is a step forward. Every moment you choose faith over doubt is a victory that is seen and cherished. Type 666 if you trust in God. There is something beautiful happening beneath the surface of your life, something you may not fully understand yet, but it is real and it is growing. God's decision about you was not based on your mistakes or your fears, but on your heart, on the goodness that remains in you, and on the purpose that still lies ahead. Even now, there is a quiet shift taking place, like a door slowly opening in a place you could not reach before, and all you are being asked to do is to walk forward with trust, even if your steps feel small and uncertain. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to keep moving with a heart that leans toward God. There is healing being prepared for you, not in a sudden, overwhelming way, but in gentle layers that slowly restore your strength and bring peace back into the places that felt broken. There is hope being planted in you again, even if it feels faint right now, and it will grow stronger with every moment you choose to believe. God has not forgotten you, not even for a second, and His decision about you carries a promise that you are still being guided, still being loved, and still being led towards something meaningful. This moment is not the end of your struggle, but it is a turning point, a quiet beginning of something new that will unfold in ways you cannot yet imagine. You are being held in a way that is deeper than anything you can see, and even when your mind feels restless or your heart feels tired, there is a steady presence around you that does not move, does not fade, and does not leave. That presence is God, and He is walking with you through this final test, not watching from a distance, but guiding you gently from within. Let your heart soften into this truth. Let your fears quiet down just a little, and allow yourself to feel the comfort that is being offered to you right now. You are not too late, you are not too broken, and you are not too far from where you are meant to be. God does not rush His decisions, and when He moved for you, it came from a place of complete understanding, knowing every detail of your journey, every hidden fear that you never spoke aloud, and every small act of faith that you thought went unnoticed. There is a tenderness in the way He works, a patience that does not force but gently leads, and right now you are being led into a space where your heart is learning to trust in a deeper way. A 7-second brainwave approach, previously limited to elite groups and stored in classified files, is now available to everyone, and many call it the 30-second miracle. Researchers claim it stimulates a dormant brain center associated with prosperity and blessings. Click the link in the description and comments below to see why so many people are talking about it right now. This final test is not about proving your worth, because your worth has already been established in the eyes of God, and it has never changed, no matter what you have faced or how many times you felt uncertain about yourself. This test is about revealing what is already inside you, a quiet strength, a steady faith, and a love that has not been broken even when life felt heavy. Sometimes this test feels like silence, like waiting without clear direction, like holding on when everything inside you wants to let go. And in those moments, it may seem like nothing is happening, but something powerful is unfolding beneath the surface. It is in these quiet spaces that your faith becomes real, not just something you say or think, but something you live, something you hold on to, even when it feels difficult. Type yes to affirm. There is a gentle invitation being placed before you, not loud or overwhelming, but soft and steady, asking you to choose faith again, even if you have chosen it many times before. It is asking you to trust again, even if trust feels fragile, and to believe again, even if doubt tries to linger in your thoughts. God understands how human your heart is, how it can feel strong one moment and fragile the next, and He does not turn away from you because of that. Instead, He comes closer, offering you peace in the middle of uncertainty, offering you comfort in the middle of your quiet struggles. There is something about this moment that matters deeply, something that will shape the way your path unfolds from here, not because everything will suddenly become easy, but because you are becoming stronger in ways that cannot be taken away from you. This strength is not loud or forceful, but calm and steady, like a quiet light that does not flicker even when the wind tries to rise. You may not feel ready, and that is okay, because readiness in God's eyes is not about having all the answers. It is about having a willing heart, a heart that is open to being guided, even when it does not fully understand the direction. There is a peace that is slowly growing within you, even if it feels small, and that peace is not coming from the world around you, but from something deeper, something that is rooted in God's presence in your life. It is a peace that reminds you that you are not alone, that you are being held even in moments when you feel unsure. The final test often comes in simple forms, not in dramatic events, but in everyday moments where you choose how to respond, how to think, how to feel. It is in choosing kindness when you feel hurt, choosing patience when you feel rushed, choosing hope when you feel discouraged. Every small choice you make with faith is seen, every quiet moment of trust is counted, and none of it is wasted. God sees the effort in your heart, the sincerity in your spirit, and the way you keep trying even when it feels hard. There is a reason this moment came to you now, a reason why you are being asked to stand in faith once more, and it is because something ahead of you requires the strength you are building right now. You are being prepared, not for something to break you, but for something to bless you in ways that require a steady and trusting heart. Type 2020 to claim miracles. There is a gentle promise woven into this moment, a promise that what you are going through is not empty, not meaningless, and not without purpose. Even the quiet struggles, even the moments of doubt, are being used to shape something beautiful within you. God's decision about you was filled with hope, not hesitation, filled with love, not judgment, and it carries a future that is still unfolding step by step. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not lost. There is something ahead that will make sense of this moment, something that will show you why you had to walk through this space of quiet faith, and when you reach it, you will see that every small step mattered. For now, all you are being asked to do is to keep your heart open, to stay gentle with yourself, and to continue choosing faith in the small ways that may seem insignificant but are deeply powerful. There is a calm strength in you that is growing, a resilience that is not loud but deeply rooted, and it will carry you forward even when your mind feels uncertain. You are learning to stand not on what you can see, but on what you believe, and that kind of strength is something that cannot be shaken easily. God is with you in this moment, not far away, not distant, but close, guiding your thoughts, calming your heart, and reminding you that you are safe in His care. Even when your emotions rise and fall, His presence remains steady, unchanging, and full of peace. There is nothing you need to force, nothing you need to rush, because what has been decided for you is already in motion, already unfolding in the right time. Your role is not to control everything, but to trust, to walk forward with a heart that believes in something greater than what you can see. You are not walking into this final test alone. You are being carried through it with a love that does not weaken, a love that does not leave, and a love that continues to guide you gently forward. Let yourself rest in that truth. Let your heart breathe a little easier, and allow yourself to feel the quiet assurance that something good is coming, something that will meet you in the right moment, and something that will remind you why you chose to keep believing. God's decisions are never empty or without purpose, and when He chose to move in your life, it was not based on a single moment, but on the full story of who you are, including the parts you have kept hidden from the world. He saw your quiet endurance, your unseen tears, and the way you kept going even when it felt like you had no strength left to continue, and all of that mattered more than you realize. What if abundance could be activated from within your own mind, through a powerful sound frequency once kept in classified files? Specialists say this signal naturally draws opportunity and financial independence, and many people are already applying it. Click the link in the description and comments now, and switch on this hidden brainwave today. There is a sacred tenderness in how He is guiding you right now, not forcing you forward, but gently inviting you to step into a deeper place of trust, a place where you no longer depend on what you can see, but on what you feel within your spirit. This final test is not meant to overwhelm you, but to reveal the quiet courage that has been growing inside you through every challenge you have faced. Sometimes this test feels like holding on when everything around you seems uncertain, like choosing to stay hopeful even when your thoughts try to pull you into fear. And in those moments, it may feel small, but it is deeply meaningful. Each time you choose faith, even in a quiet and simple way, you are stepping closer to something that has already been prepared for you, with care and patience. Type 666 if you trust Jesus. There is a soft strength forming within you, one that does not shout or demand attention, but quietly stands firm no matter what comes your way. This strength is not something that appeared overnight, but something that has been shaped over time through your experiences, through your struggles, and through the moments when you chose to keep believing, even when it felt difficult. God is not asking you to be perfect in this moment, and He is not expecting you to have everything figured out before you move forward. What He is asking is simple, yet powerful, and it is to trust Him with where you are right now, to allow Him to guide your steps even when you cannot see the full path ahead. There is a peace that is slowly rising within you, even if it feels faint at times, and that peace is not coming from your circumstances, but from the presence of God working quietly in your life. It is a peace that reminds you that you are not alone, that you are being supported in ways you may not fully understand yet. This final test is often hidden in the small choices you make each day, in the way you respond to difficult moments, in the way you treat yourself when you feel tired, and in the way you continue to believe in something better, even when your current situation feels uncertain. These small choices are not unnoticed, and they are not without impact, because they are shaping the path you are walking. There is something ahead that is waiting for you, something that will make sense of the quiet struggle you are experiencing right now, and when you reach it, you will understand why this moment was necessary. You will see how every step you took with faith, no matter how small it felt, played a role in bringing you to that place. God's decision about you was filled with hope, not doubt, filled with love, not fear, and it carries a promise that your life is moving in a direction that is meaningful and purposeful. Even when you feel unsure, even when your thoughts wander, there is still a steady path being created for you to follow. Type 1919 to receive miracles. There is a gentle unfolding happening within your life, something that does not rush or force itself into view, but reveals itself slowly, in the right time, in the right way. This unfolding is guided by a love that does not waver, a love that remains constant even when your feelings change. You are being asked to stay present in this moment, to not rush ahead or look too far behind, but to stand where you are with a heart that is open and willing to trust. There is strength in this stillness, a strength that allows you to receive what is being prepared for you without fear or resistance. Even when you feel uncertain, there is something within you that knows you are being guided, something that recognizes the quiet peace that comes when you choose to trust instead of doubt. That inner knowing is not random, and it is not something to ignore, because it is part of how God is communicating with you in a gentle and personal way. There is healing taking place within you, not all at once, but in small, meaningful layers that are restoring your strength and bringing peace to the places that once felt heavy. This healing is not always visible, but it is real, and it is growing with every moment you choose to stay open and trusting. God is not distant from you in this moment, and He is not waiting for you to become something different before He moves in your life. He is already present, already working, and already guiding you toward something that is filled with hope and purpose. You are not too far behind, and you have not missed your moment, because what has been decided for you is still unfolding, still moving forward, and still reaching toward you in ways that are meant just for you. There is nothing wasted in your journey, nothing that cannot be used for something meaningful. Let your heart rest in this truth. Let your thoughts settle into a place of calm, and allow yourself to feel the quiet reassurance that you are being led in the right direction. Even when you do not fully understand what is happening, there is still something beautiful being formed within your life. You are stronger than you realize, not because you have everything under control, but because you have continued to move forward even when things felt uncertain. That strength is something that will carry you through this final test, and it will lead you into the next chapter of your life with a steady and peaceful heart. God's presence is with you in this moment, surrounding you with a calm that does not fade, offering you a sense of comfort that goes beyond what you can explain. This presence is not temporary, and it is not something that will leave when things become difficult, because it is rooted in a love that remains constant. What if wealth was never about chance, but about a hidden brain signal that stayed buried in classified records? This powerful frequency is now opening doors, attracting fresh opportunities, and transforming lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to bring prosperity into their lives in ways they never imagined possible. Click the link in the description and comments now, and turn on the money-attracting brainwave today. There is something waiting for you on the other side of this moment, something that will bring clarity, peace, and a deeper understanding of why you had to walk through this space of quiet faith. When you reach it, you will see that this was not a time of loss, but a time of preparation. For now, all you need to do is continue walking with a heart that trusts, continue choosing faith in the small ways that matter more than you think, and continue believing that something good is ahead of you. You are not alone in this, and you are not without guidance. God's decision about you did not arrive with confusion, and it did not come with hesitation, because it was formed in perfect clarity, shaped by a love that has never doubted your worth or your future. He saw where you have been, He understood the weight you have carried, and still, He chose to move forward with a plan that includes healing, growth, and a quiet restoration that will reach every part of your life. This final test is not meant to break you, and it is not meant to expose weakness, but instead, it is revealing the quiet strength that has already been planted within you, even during the moments when you felt unsure of yourself. It is showing you that you have the ability to remain gentle in a harsh moment, to remain hopeful in a confusing season, and to remain faithful even when answers feel far away. Type 2323 if you agree. There is something deeply meaningful about the way you have continued to move forward, even when you did not feel ready, even when your heart felt heavy, and even when your thoughts were filled with uncertainty. That quiet perseverance has not gone unnoticed, and it has not been without purpose, because it has been shaping you into someone who can carry what is coming next. God is not asking for loud displays of strength or perfect understanding, because what matters most in this moment is your willingness to stay open, to stay soft, and to continue trusting Him in a simple and honest way. This kind of trust does not come from having everything figured out, but from believing that even when you do not understand, there is still something good being prepared for you. There is a peace that is beginning to settle into your spirit, not because everything around you has changed, but because something within you is learning to rest in God's presence in a deeper way. This peace is not fragile, and it is not temporary, because it is rooted in something steady and unchanging. The final test often appears in moments where your emotions feel pulled in different directions, where fear tries to rise, where doubt tries to take hold, and where it feels easier to give in than to stand firm. Yet even in those moments, there is a quiet voice within you that gently reminds you to stay, to trust, and to keep your heart aligned with faith. That voice is not distant, and it is not random, because it is God guiding you in a way that is personal and deeply connected to who you are. He understands your heart better than anyone else ever could, and He knows exactly how to lead you in a way that brings peace instead of pressure. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. There is something beautiful about the way you are being shaped right now, even if you cannot fully see it yet. Every moment of patience, every choice to believe, and every act of quiet faith is building something strong within you, something that will support you in ways you cannot yet imagine. God's decision about you carries a promise that your life is not standing still, even when it feels slow, and it is not without direction, even when you feel unsure. There is a path being formed step by step, one that is leading you toward something meaningful, something that will bring clarity and peace when the time is right. You are not being asked to rush ahead, and you are not being expected to understand everything at once, because this moment is about staying present, about trusting where you are, and about allowing God to guide you in a way that feels gentle and steady. There is healing happening within you, in places that once felt heavy, in thoughts that once felt overwhelming, and in emotions that once felt difficult to carry. This healing is not loud or sudden, but it is real, and it is moving through your life in a way that is bringing balance and calm. Even when your mind tries to question what is happening, there is something deeper within you that knows you are being guided, something that recognizes the quiet assurance that comes from God's presence. That knowing is something you can trust, even when everything else feels uncertain. You have come further than you realize, and you have grown in ways that you may not have fully noticed yet. The strength you carry now is different from before, not because life has become easier, but because you have learned how to stand even when things feel difficult. God is walking with you through this final test, not from a distance, but close, guiding your thoughts, calming your fears, and reminding you that you are not alone. His presence is steady, unchanging, and filled with a love that continues to surround you, no matter what you face. There is something ahead that will bring clarity to this moment, something that will help you understand why you had to walk through this season of quiet trust. When you reach it, you will see that nothing was wasted, and that every step you took with faith played a role in bringing you there. For now, allow yourself to rest in the truth that you are being led, that you are being supported, and that you are moving towards something that has already been prepared with care and intention. You do not need to carry everything on your own, and you do not need to have all the answers. Inside your mind is a small region connected to achievement and abundance, once concealed within restricted research and classified documents. This newly disclosed frequency is helping people replace financial pressure with calm and balance, and God has guided you to encounter this at just the right time. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brainwave now. Let your heart remain open, let your thoughts stay gentle, and continue to choose faith in the small ways that matter deeply. You are not alone in this journey, and you are not without guidance, because God's presence is with you in every step you take. There comes a moment in every journey of faith where the heart begins to understand things that the mind cannot fully explain, and that is where you are gently being led right now. It is not a loud realization, and it does not come with sudden clarity, but it settles slowly, like a calm presence resting within you. reminding you that something meaningful is already taking shape, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. God's decision about you was not only about what is ahead, but also about what is being restored within you right now, in this quiet space where your strength is being renewed and your spirit is being softened in a beautiful and lasting way. He is not rushing you forward, and He is not asking you to carry more than you can handle, because His way is always filled with patience and care. This final test is becoming clearer now, not because it has changed, but because you are beginning to see it differently, with a heart that is learning to trust instead of resist, and to receive instead of fear. It is not about doing something extraordinary, but about staying steady in the ordinary moments where your faith is quietly being shaped. Type yes to affirm. There is something deeply powerful about the way you are choosing to remain present, even when your thoughts try to wander into uncertainty, and even when your emotions feel unsettled. That choice to stay, to not run away from what you feel, and to allow God to meet you where you are, is part of what makes this moment so important. You are not being tested to prove something to God, because He already knows your heart completely, but you are being given the opportunity to see your own strength, to recognize the faith that has been growing within you through every experience you have faced. This is a moment of quiet revelation, where you begin to understand that you are capable of more peace, more trust, and more resilience than you once believed. There is a gentle calm surrounding you, even if it feels faint at times, and that calm is not coming from your circumstances, but from God's presence working within your life. It is a reminder that no matter what happens around you, there is still something steady within you that cannot be shaken easily. Sometimes this final test feels like letting go of control, like releasing the need to understand everything before you move forward, and allowing yourself to trust that what is being prepared for you is already aligned with your good. This kind of surrender is not weakness, but a deep form of strength that allows you to rest in something greater than your own understanding. Type 1919 to receive miracles. There is a quiet transformation happening inside you, something that is changing the way you see yourself, the way you see your journey, and the way you understand God's presence in your life. This transformation is not about becoming someone new, but about uncovering who you have always been beneath the weight of doubt and fear. God's decision about you carries a sense of peace that is meant to settle into your heart, not all at once, but slowly, in layers that bring comfort and reassurance. It is a peace that reminds you that you are not alone, that you are not forgotten, and that your life is still moving in a meaningful direction. Even when your mind tries to question what is happening, there is something deeper within you that knows you are being guided, something that recognizes the quiet truth that you are exactly where you need to be right now. That knowing is something you can hold on to, especially in moments when everything else feels uncertain. You have already come through so much, even if you do not always give yourself credit for it, and that journey has shaped you into someone who is stronger, more compassionate, and more understanding than before. That growth is not invisible, even if it feels quiet, because it is part of what is preparing you for what lies ahead. God is not distant from you during this time, and He is not waiting for you to become perfect before He continues His work in your life. He is already present, already guiding you, and already surrounding you with a love that does not fade or weaken,